There are some few rooms in this building. Some 6 rooms are there. I was staying in room number 2. And there was a saint called Shantananda Puri, who was also a devotee. So he was staying in room number 3. It was around noon. I was in room number 2. I was, you feel when meditation comes to you, everything calms down, slows down. So there are some moments when meditation comes to you, when you do not meditate, but meditation comes to you, like the breeze comes to you. So that day happened to be the day when meditation was coming towards me. It was a pleasant experience. So when you accept meditation, then you are in meditation. So there is no effort is required on your part to meditate. So without meditation, meditation happens. So the doer is not there. So the doership is not there. There is only meditation. It was in a such state I was in complete silence. Then there was a knock on the door. The saint who was living the next room, he was standing, he was knocking. So when I opened the door, he said, Swami, somebody had come in a car. That car, when it was about to cross my room, it was next room, number 3. The car stopped, it came reverse back. It looks somebody has come to see you, which I was not aware. So I go there, and the moment before I could get into the steps, Yogi was standing there. So probably when the Yogi's car crossed, at that he just stopped and took the car reverse back and came. Somehow I was still, the impact of meditation was so strong, I was not able to speak. And he did not speak. So both of us are standing like this. For 5 minutes we were standing like that. Then slowly then I requested him, please come in. Then he said, no, the beggar has to go. They are waiting. And they said, blessings are granted. So there are small incidents like this. Always, you could feel the meditation, that silence, what yogi means, what he represented. Sometimes these are all some nice, beautiful experiences with yogi. Sometimes, even if I do not think of yogi, yogi would know. Once what happened, there was a man from Madras. He came. So he was sitting and talking to me. He was telling about his landlord, on whose house he was living, on the first floor. He said the landlord was such a good person, but unfortunately his daughter had mentally out. She was such a beautiful girl in the 20s. She was highly educated. They are very pure, devoted family. And the father had some operation, so he was suffering from and they were lower middle class people. So this girl at this age, with this problem, it was they were deeply worried. So while saying so, he started crying. So then to console him, I just said a few words of consolation. And I said, you ask them to come over here once and pray to God, something good would happen. As a matter of fact, by way of consoling, I told. So then he left. After 1 week, a boy came with a girl. Then he told that you have told my tenant that to come here and pray to Arunachala, so we have come. He brought his sister who was completely out of order mentally. And what was not expected was, I invited them so that they can come and pray to Arunachala. I thought the parents would come and stay with the girl, and then I learned the father was not well, the mother had to attend the father, so the brother had come with the sister. But the brother said he is the only earning member, and he was working in a private small company with a small salary. He cannot afford to take any leave. So he had come to live here under my care. And then he pleaded, sir, I have to go. I have taken half a day permission, I must go. Now, Mataji was not there then. I can provide them accommodation, food, everything, all these things. But we do not have equipped with taking care of mentally ill patients. But there is nothing I could do. He dropped her and left. Now what to do? She is not normal in the normal, She would not even put her hair back. It was flowing hair. And she would not eat. And she had become so thin. They had given one of these rooms. She would walk from this room to the gate throughout the day. Like that. Murmuring something like this, living somewhere where she is not conscious or aware of this world at all. So when I sit and talk to her, she would be sitting like this and talk, At that time alone, she would be sitting. But how long you can, because it is one-sided conversation, nothing comes out from her. She goes back to somewhere, she just sits because you ask her to sit, she can sit, that's all. So whatever you say, you are very clear that it's not having any impact. So what you could do literally is just nothing. So I was in a helpless state. And I was not trying, even in India, in our tradition, ladies are, isolated, even if our own sister, we have our own distance like that. So to leave her alone in her own room, or then you have to take care of everything to feed her or provide everything. And there was no one, so I may not able to do justice all the time, and so there was some kind of a problem how to deal with it. And I was sitting on the front. There was a pile. I was looking at the mountain. I was sitting. I thought what to do. So I was just deeply involved with it. What to do with her? What to do with this? Somehow I did not expect that she would be left alone like this. I asked them to come and pray so that I felt that they would be coming with their parents or something. And this is totally unexpected. So I was unable to comprehend the situation. So I was deeply went into it to find a solution. So in that process, my mind became blank. So there were no more thoughts. I was just blank. Then I found somebody calling me, Swami, Swami. And I said, Yogi's driver, Ravi. Yogi's car had stopped at the gate. No, Swami has come. So I went to the Swami. He looked at me. Do you have any problem? So it was a great relief. Then I told that this is what had happened. He said, you call her. So I called her. And she was again like this, saying some word. Then he looked at her for once, looked at me, asked them to take her back to Madras and get her married. Father's blessings, and left. This is what he just laughed. He just laughed. He looked at me, just laughed. Asked them to take her back to Madras and get her married. Father's blessings, and went. This woman is like this, so thin, so emancipated. Anyhow, I felt a great thing was relieved from my head. I got all the energy, all the strength that it needed. So I got the necessary mental strength. Okay, now it had gone to the right place, things would start more. I was very confident that, because I did not even think of Yogi, I did not even pray to Yogi. So this is where I say, we need not have to think of him even. Even we need not have to, once you are connected, that connection exists. It does not depend on you. Then you become one with that. So you need not have to speak or problem. So if you do not speak, he speaks to you. So I was greatly relieved. So I started doing my work. So 2-3 days went, and she was walking the whole day from here to there like that. I said, whatever happens, it's fine now. I have no problem. The problem is lifted off my head. Then again what happened? After 3 days, I was crossing the road. He was coming by the car. He stopped the car, asked for my hand, took my hand, and said, how is she? What to tell? He is asking me, how is she after 3 days? So she remains the same. But how can I tell? There is no improvement. I do not know. So then I told, I am not able to perceive any change. He just, don't bother about it. Just said it. Don't bother about it. He just laughed and laughed and laughed and said, Father's blessings, and left. Then the 4th day, remained more or less the same. The 5th day, this girl who was walking from up and down, because I was the cook then, there was no cook. I was doing all the work in the ashram, cooking, cleaning, everything. Even Mataji was not there then. So I was doing the cooking, this was the kitchen. So this woman, who used to walk all the time here, came and stood before the kitchen, stood like this. It was a very great change, that she could come inside, her routine was gone. She used to walk from here to the gate throughout the day. That was what she was doing. Surprisingly, she stopped that and went there. When I was sitting and cutting my vegetable, she stood at the door. So I kept like that, and she stood like that. And I thought, I just showed her. So she came and sat. That was again a big thing. Then she looked like this, all these places like this. What? You are doing the cooking? Yes. You are going to eat lunch. So I am preparing lunch. And very interested, she was speaking. She started speaking to me, which was never done in the last 4 or 5 days. She said, can I cut the vegetables for you? And again it was another surprise. So I gave her the board and the knife. And she was about to take the knife, but the fingers are lost, flexibility. She was not able to move her fingers. And she woke up like this. What happened to me? What happened to me? So she was coming back to her body. She was able to feel her body. Then I said, don't worry. I'll give you some warm water in a bowl. You put your fingers, just move a little bit. If you keep on doing it, there would be enough blood flow. With the restoration of the blood movement, the fingers would become flexible. Then you may be able to do the work. So right now, it's all right now, don't worry about it. So why don't you go and have a bath and come, so that by the time the lunch will be ready. I just said by way of saying something. She said when she left. And when she came back, got a big surprise. Because she never changed her clothes, she never combed her hair. She was like a weird woman. But this woman went, had a good shower, kept her spick and pan, wore a pure, good, beautiful sari. She was she was very beautiful girl. And all of a sudden you found some angel had come from the heaven to the earth like that. The first time she was able to eat. Wow. Then she said, they say there is Ramanashram here. Then I was able to talk a little bit. Then the very next day, the same brother who dropped her and left came back. That is the sixth day. Swami, you don't know what to do, we don't know what to do. I said, be calm, what happened? Somebody had come asking for marriage of this girl. You don't know what to do. So we told that she had gone to her relative's house and we would inform you after 2-3 days. So with that, we don't know now what to do. So my parents sent me here. You ask the Swami whatever he says we would do. So I have come for your guidance. What answer we can give? Then I told her, tell her. She is not the person whom you dropped here. She has completely changed. She is perfectly all right. Don't look at her the way that you looked at her in the past. This is what you should tell your parents. Throw away all the medicine. She had this much psychiatrics. They are taking him to psychiatrist medicine. Don't take her to any doctors. No psychiatrists, no medicine. Throw all the medicines. She is fine. Perfectly fine. Better than before. Give her rich, nourishing food. Give her a lot of fruits, lot of vegetables. She is young. Give her a lot of ghee. Ensure that she restores her normal health. All that you need to do is 2 things. One, don't look at her as a patient. She is no more a patient. And give her good, rich food. And allow her to live her life. Take 6 months' time from the people who ask for her hands. Within that 6 months, she would be fit to lead a normal married life. This is another extraordinary grace of the... And after marriage, she came back with her husband. And then I sent them to Yogi for blessings. And with that, they left.
Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar.